It's Thanksgiving Day for the Wildcats, and they are serving up a lot of drama. This is the High School Musical, the series, the after show. Let's get into it.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. We already What up? We already dancing and we just got here. So that's what's up. Welcome. 2020 is here. We're back again. The Wildcats are back. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining us again. As you guys know, I am your host, Jeff Williams, but I am not alone. We got Shay Jones in the house. What up? How are you feeling?
Hi guys. I'm super excited to be back. 2020. And we got like 2 more episodes after this.
I know. I was gonna say we talking 2 episodes on this one, and we got 2 more to go. So like we got a lot of drama, a lot of Wildcats, a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot of Wildcats.
But I feel like there were a lot of Wildcats in these last 2 episodes. But as you know, there is someone missing from our group. Leslie is not here. She is not with us today, but she will be back on Tuesday. So she'll be back with us. She's just hanging out with family. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. In this episode, we're going to be talking about 2 episodes specifically. We're going to be talking about episode 7, which is Thanksgiving, and episode 8, which is tech rehearsal. And we're just going to go straight down from 7 to 8. But first, there was so much to talk about. Like I said, this was a Thanksgiving episode, and they kind of had to break. EJ was happy about it. My guy, he was like, yes, it's Thanksgiving break. And it's kind of funny because like at first when he did, I was like, he really wanted that scene to just end with Nene and Ricky because they were having a moment. And he like, yes, it's Thanksgiving break. Let's end this. But yeah, so there was a lot of stuff going on with there. They have a whole party with the whole crew and everything. And then there's drama. There's always drama like there is. So we see Gina going with some drama. But yeah, there's so much stuff. Mazzara, Jenn, is there love in the air with them?
Never.
Is it friendship? What is it? We're going to be talking all that and so much more. But what were your overall thoughts for just 7, so the Thanksgiving episode?
Overall, I liked it. I liked the whole choosical game. I thought that was something I would have done when I was in high school. If I loved something as much as I loved High School Musical. If I thought about doing it that way, the only thing I actually own of High School Musical is some Uno cards. And I think like a magazine, like that actually legitimately the original cast members on each Uno deck and the actual magazine that I have, that I still have to this day. And I'm never getting rid of.
I don't blame you.
But like I think for me, that's what it brought back to me, the nostalgia factor of, oh my gosh, this is why I love this. Mm-hmm. And plus they threw in Glee, so I was like, yes, like you had me.
That's what's up. Yeah, I love this episode. I thought it was fun. Took them out of their element. It took them literally to go to like a party or whatever, party atmosphere with the group and kind of break their whatever walls they had between each other. You kind of saw the whole group interacting rather than just the little cliques and stuff. So that was really cool. And like I said, it kind of brought me back to like my times in high school when we would go sleepovers with all your friends and like doing stuff you shouldn't be doing or just like even just having fun. It was a good time. So it was great to see that kind of change of pace in this episode, especially for the series.
Definitely.
So we're gonna start with my guy. As everybody in the audience knows, we're gonna talk about EJ first because it's EJ all day. And
let's start with the person and then get to the good stuff. Okay.
We're gonna start with my guy EJ because he is so misguided. At this point, my only question every time he talks, I'm just like, why? It's just why. So like. In this episode, we see him going through a new phase in his life where he wants to tell everybody the truth. And he thinks that is going to be a way for him to be his true, authentic self, I guess. What'd you think about EJ turning his new leaf?
Stupid. Seriously, that was the only word I could really think of that described what he was doing. Very stupid. Mm-hmm. Because, sir, I'm happy that you're in a confessing mood, I guess. But nobody care how many times you cheated at water polo because then you can get in trouble by whatever administratives are part of the water polo league.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever they're called as an actual league, whatever you're called.
Yep.
He could get in trouble because they like might go back and see what you're doing and that could take a points away from you as an athlete, this, that, and the other. Sir, I get. Okay, I think this is what I said to you when we were out there. I love the thought. Mm-hmm. But totally keep it to yourself. In the thought was there, but the execution of everything, you should stop.
Yep. No, I'm 100% with you on that. Throughout this whole episode, it's just like I said, why? Like, you're gonna tell everybody you cheat on water polo. Why? You're gonna go around. You're gonna tell Nene, yeah, you cheated. You did this, that. Why? Like,
Well,
what are you gaining?
As your ex-girlfriend, thank you for telling me. At least now I know. Like, I would appreciate, like, as your ex-girlfriend, I would appreciate that information. It wouldn't change anything now, but at least thank you for telling me, because I feel like I deserve to know as your ex, as your girlfriend who's about to be your ex.
At least that's a good reason. But like every other thing, like
Everything else.
even when they were playing the game, he's like, yeah, I cheated on that answer. First off, when in the world did you have time to cheat on that answer? He asked you a quick question, you had to answer. Like, he said, I'm sorry, I cheated.
Like, you just had your phone on.
Why?
And you somehow was able to look real quick, or everybody was discussing.
He was like, "Hey Siri," and then just had Carlos take the question. I'm like, what did he do? How did he get the answer that quick? But he was very, very misguided. That is for sure. But do you think with all this truth being told and him trying to come out into the light and just be not normal, be honest, is this like character growth for him? Do you think he's gonna grow from this?
No.
Just straight up no.
No, I'm sorry. Because you're doing it because you think it's going to get you a reaction instead of genuinely wanting to change. Mm-hmm. That's the difference for me. Like, when you genuinely want to do something, your actions seem genuine and seem sincere. But what you're doing is just throwing everything out there at once, thinking it's going to make people look at you differently, when all they're going to think is, something's wrong with you. Are you okay, sir? Do we need to have a talk?
Yeah, he's canceled now too. We even got the cancel culture on IG, on the show and everything. When they said, "Oh my God, no, you're like canceled," or whatever it said, I'm like, who was he? Was he an influencer or something? I thought old boy was just like captain of the water polo team. Why he
also happens to be very attractive, so I can understand why a lot of Instagram followers are following him. I mean, in the Instagram culture, social media that we live in. However,
if I'm on IG and I say, you know what, I cheated, I ran a red light, I hope I don't lose 500 IG followers.
No, he lost 675 followers that day.
What could he be telling these people? I was like, you know what? Oh my God, you did that? Unfollow. Like, what?
I really want to know, because he started in the entire day of like some stories. Not even just actually on his actual feed, on his story.
Yep.
So in my mind, you started at the beginning of the day talking about Thanksgiving. So from Thanksgiving morning, like we were saying, like 9, 10 a.m. So when you got to Ashlyn's party and you left Ashlyn's party, you lost 675 people.
That was a long day.
Apparently.
That was a long day. But another person that might have had a long day was Nene, because we see her kind of in her feelings in this episode, in my opinion. We see her kind of trying to talk to Ricky, trying to see what's going on, and Ricky kind of gives her the cold shoulder because she did it in the episode before. And she's like, oh, well, I'm just trying to talk to you. He kind of puts the cold shoulder. How'd you really feel about the Ricky and Nene like situation going on?
During that scene particularly?
Yeah, just like on through like the entire episode, because like you see her talk to him when he has a hat, and they're like kind of flirting, and he's like, oh wait, Gina's here, Gina's with you. How'd you feel about that?
Oh, I think Nene is like now, in a sense, in her role as the lead in the play, and she's learning to get her confidence back as a performer at the same time. So that's making her be more confident herself, and maybe she's feeling like, okay, so our road that we've been on, me and Ricky, has been shaky. We seem to be better, especially after rehearsal. So maybe this is a time we can reconnect. And then you see, oh, but he came with Gina. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how to feel about that. Obviously, should I judge? Because even though he wants to take a, quote, break with me, and I just started, technically she didn't really just start dating EJ. I would say it took up some weeks in that month. She was away at camp. But I felt I want to say bad, because you kind of deserve it. Like, you snapped on him. This is just a return volley of it.
That's my next question. Do you think she deserved, or does she have the right to be jealous or have any type of feeling about Ricky showing attention to Gina?
I mean, because then it becomes in play of what they both were doing when she was with EJ. Because he was jealous, obviously. Yeah. So now it's just her seeing that in reverse. And though she knows she should, like, instinctively you should not be jealous because you had another boyfriend, you told him we're not getting back together. You have no choice. However, I still have feelings for you that I haven't dealt with, even though, and we still don't have closure whatsoever. Regardless if I just broke up with EJ, we don't have no closure. We don't have nothing right now because we're not really talking to each other. Yeah. Like, you want to talk to me, but you're avoiding talking to me because we're still in an awkward situation.
Now, she can't get jealous right now. She's the one that literally said it's over. She called him buddy. She's like, she wants to follow herself. She wants to be on her own. She wants to do her. More power to you. Don't get mad at me if I'm looking at another girl that wants to hang out with me that's showing me some attention.
Okay, first of all, that buddy was just an awkward. She doesn't know what to call him. Like, are they still friends? Because I think they were friends before they became into who we were, Ricky and Nene, as a relationship. Mm-hmm. So how, if we're not in a relationship, are we friends again? Are we still on the fence about what this relationship was going to be like after the play? But so it was a more of a, maybe I'm toss this word out and see what happens because I have no other word to use right now. Yeah.
In Ricky's defense, though, he's the one that wants it to be farther than just friends and farther than just buddies for sure. So it's on Nene to figure out what that title is, or at least say something like, hey, we need to figure it out. Not just, hey, buddy. Because if you're a guy, you're like, oh, so that's the buddy name that we're just going to roll with? Boom, boom.
I know.
we got some in the middle music. No, seriously, is that, it kind of goes both ways, you know?
It does. I think from me, I can understand, because it could be because I'm a girl. Yeah. We're just like, girls, we can be irrational sometimes, especially when it comes to our feelings, because we understand intellectually we have no reason to be jealous. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be there. That does not mean that emotion won't be there and might come out once in a second to play. Because we don't want to be petty, because we put our own stuff in the situation we're in, but we also don't like the situation that we're in. So now trying to figure out how do we get out of the situation we're in to get back to, either to get back to where we were or to be better than where we were.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, but that's just like, as a dude, that just seems like chemistry, and I'm over here just trying to take like regular science and stuff. Like,
you just say this like it sounds like chemistry.
Like, I was like,
welcome to the female mind,
or just like, that's like algebra, and I'm over here taking math 101. Like, what do you mean? I don't like. We don't know that. Like,
okay, so Steph,
we over here like, hey, I'm gonna just let you know, girl, I like you.
Steph,
that's it. That's it. If I don't like it,
I'm gonna get another girl's opinion real quick because I can't be alone. So today we have Steph, who's our producer today. Steph, do you have an opinion on the jealousy factor? Even though I know you haven't seen this episode yet, but in the sense of female jealousy.
Can you give me a quick one-sentence rundown of what's happening?
So quick. We have Ricky and Nene. They dated in the past. Yes. Now they're not dating anymore. Nene has said it's over. She wants to focus on herself. Ricky is over here showing attention to another girl. Does Nene have any like audacity or whatever to be mad or jelly?
Jelly.
Is
jealous.
She friends with the girl?
Frenemies. Frenemies is the best.
I will say, Shay, it's not just women who get in our feelings. Men,
True.
I think more so do. But I do think she doesn't have a right to actually be mad, but she definitely has a right to be annoyed and talk to him about it and see like if there's something that if they can like figure out something, because obviously she's not over it, but she can't get mad and she can't like stop his game. Like he needs to be, it's a free game. Free world.
Right.
He's single.
I feel that. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they just need to talk.
True.
Because
they keep not talking. That's what pisses me off.
Yes.
Communication is the key, boys and girls.
That's all they need. That's all they need is a little communication. But we kind of talked about how Nene thinks there is a relationship or something between Ricky and Gina. Mm-hmm. Do you think there is something? Because we see Gina come to his house, kind of talk to him about his mom, but like also bring him a hat, make him a hat, and kind of do some things. Do you think, is there romantic things going on, or is that just being friends?
Okay, so when it comes to Ricky, I think that it is just being friends. On Gina's side, however, I do believe she wants there to be a more romantic ship happening within their relationship, because I think they're cute. Don't get me wrong. I think if they did get romantic, I won't be upset about it, only because I have my own end game in mind of what's actually going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm okay with the journey because you're in high school. Like, you're going to date other people most likely. Yeah. So, cool. Go about your life. However, in this sense, I think that Gina has more feelings towards Ricky than Ricky is dealing with for her, because he's still dealing with his own home emotional stuff. Mm-hmm. He, like, as much as he thinks he's ready for it, he's not ready. Just like his dad's not ready.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? I was gonna say we're definitely gonna get to his dad, but I agree with you on that. He's not ready for a relationship. He's giving Gina the attention because, one, he cares about her as a friend, mm-hmm. and two, he connects with her because of the stuff that's going in. But when you're going through stuff like that, and just guys in general, if you know that someone's giving you attention, people in general, if you know someone's giving you attention, you like it, you kind of enjoy it or whatever. It doesn't mean that it's like you like her or she likes you or that kind of stuff. But yeah, so like when I saw him like texting her, I was like, I didn't jump straight to, oh, their relationship. He just cares. Are you moving? Are you okay? What's going on with your mom and that kind of stuff. So it was cool to see. But how'd you feel? You see later in the episode that Gina and Nene kind of have a talk, kind of making friends, kind of finding common ground or something like that. What'd you think about that?
You said it right. I'm
like, did you find common ground or did they just be cordial about it? That's why I was kind of confused. What'd you think about it?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
In girl speak, it was just like, seriously, it was a little bit of both of them, like actually seeing each other in a sense for the first time outside of school, being around the other theater dorks that we know that they're termed in the series. They're theater dorks, and that's like awesome because nobody understands you more than a theater dork can. Like you're on this whole other same wavelength, and it feels amazing. So for them to be like, oh, I came for root beer, like having an actual moment, and them to say, you know what, let's just bury it. Like even Nene's like, I'm not gonna let you finish it. I understand. We're good. Like, how about you stay over for the sleepover, and let's see what happens.
I think that was cool. I thought it was like a cool little olive branch to kind of end that conversation, to launch them to wherever they could grow as friends. And like, oh yeah, we're having a sleepover. All the girls are doing it. You're just one of the girls, Gina, with us. So I thought that was cool. And we kind of see, speaking more on Gina, we kind of see her loving that attention because she's talked about it in so many different episodes a little bit at a time. She's never had this many friends. She's never had these type of relationships with people. She's never been in the city that long to grow those relationships. Yeah. How'd you feel about, one, her starting those relationships, and then two, getting that news from her mom?
On the part of her having friends, I liked it because for me, it seems like we are actually seeing who Gina is as a person. And this episode particularly made me like her as a person. Like, as a genuine character, as a person. I'm like, okay, I can actually see what you're about a little bit. I'm actually liking what I see once you let the guard and the walls down. Like, thank God. Like, the walls are down. So I can see you now. And that was such a great thing, what I loved about this episode. And even what just Thanksgiving represents anyway, about being grateful for what you have and the people you surround yourself with. So it was nice to see in that moment when it comes to her mom and the news she handled it a lot better than me. Because it wouldn't have been just a, mom, really? Wait, no, we just moved here. It'd have been a whole conversation. I don't care how understanding I am. Like, I actually just genuinely just made friends. I got invited to my first sleepover ever. No, this is a big deal for me. And I get it, like, she doesn't want to make it hard on her mom because she knows it'll be hard on her mom when it's hard on her. And, like, that was sacrifice they're making for each other, which was just heartbreaking to see. Because even her mom comforted her at the end. Like, she understands how hard it is. But, man, like, I wanted Gina to fight a little bit. Like, I really truly want to see her fight. How about you?
See, I want to see her fight as well. I didn't even think about her like fighting until now that you said that. I just felt bad for her. Her character, you see her like wanting to make friends with all these people. Well, starting to open up and then wanting to make friends with all these people and being involved and being asked to go to sleepover and how she felt about it. And then like taking a selfie with the squad and everything. Like, she never had friends like this, so it was so great to see. And especially for me, I'm a big fan of Sophia Wiley, who's the actress that plays Gina. In her old show that I kind of referenced to, Andy Mack, her mom was in the military, so she had to kind of go through things with that as well, with that storyline. And now with her mom having to deal with FEMA and having to move around and doing that kind of stuff, which is both real life things. These happen. Kids move around a lot. Kids either have parents that are in the military or kids move around for other reasons. So to see her as an actress deal with both those things, it was really cool to see because it shows the levels that she has as an actress, from the dancing to the singing to the levels as being dramatic and everything. So it was great to see. When it goes into seeing her mom, it was just hard. Like you said, her mom knows what she's dealing with. At the end of the day, she has to move too. But you know, if you're the only parent and she's the only kid, you got to move her. How many times can you move in high school and middle school and stuff? That's hard. So it was really hard to see, and we can only hope that they move back or they don't move at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We will see. But we got to move on. There are a lot more other people in this episode. We have Big Red and Ashlynn. We kind of called that. What'd you
Yeah,
think?
we called that.
I was just saying, I'm happy it happened. Big Red's my guy. We talked about that. How do you feel about that whole situation?
I thought it was so cute. I think them together are very adorable, like adorkable in this sense, because I feel like they understand each other in a way like they didn't expect, but they like the same wavelength they seem to be on, or how just like comfortable, I should say, they were with each other from jump. Even though I don't think they've actually spent time together, like just the two of them before, and like it seems so natural. I'm like, yes, Big Red, get your woman today.
Yeah, I was like, it was about time, because they're both like the same type of energy. They're both kind of quirky, kind of funny, kind of awkward. They have their own quirks or whatever.
And we found out more about Ashlynn this episode too, so which I thought was nice. Like, okay, she's in the robot. Hold on,
She's a boss. She's
robotics
a boss.
club, the baking club, the Renaissance queen.
Yes, like she was balling. She's like, I got a lot of things. I got like, what you mean? I got jobs, plural, a plethora. No, it was dope to see, and I love seeing more of Ashlynn. So want to see more of that. And then we got Miss Jenn and Mr. Mazzara. What's going on with there? I think it's a relationship building, because you see a little chemistry, very hesitant, but you see a little chemistry. What do you think?
No. No.
Just like, no.
I mean, I think that it'll be a nice friendship, but like I'm definitely going for Miss Jenn and Mike right now. Like I think she's definitely the person he needs, and she'll definitely never make his life boring. And because he's very more mellow and calm about life, like she would spice it up. I think that would be a perfect couple together. So Mr. Mazzara can find somebody else, but Miss Jenn and Mike are my couple, okay?
I got you. I'm going with Miss Jenn and Mazzara.
Whatever.
That is going to be my couple.
You just have to be different. Like
Exactly. We'll see. People in the comments, let us know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be Miss Jenn and Mr. Mazzara, Miss Jenn and Mike, Miss Jenn by herself? Let's go.
Well, I mean, we got, awesome people in the chat today. We got External, Shockwave. We got The Real Talk with CeeLos, Amaya Baker, and Jazzy Jones, and Mr. Movie Star King Ghostface 167's in the chat.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us on this lovely Sunday evening.
Yes. You guys literally make us the ESPN and TV talk, whether it's through the comments, through the chats. You guys literally are the best, and we love it. Please keep interacting with us. And, just like, comment, subscribe, and give us 5 stars if you're listening to us on iTunes. But we got to talk about the next episode now.
Yes.
We have Tech Rehearsal. It's coming down to the last couple weeks. The last week, actually. Yeah, last week.
Tech Rehearsal is 1 week of rehearsing.
Last week of rehearsing. There's a lot of stuff going on. The set is destroyed. The fire. There was so much chemistry between Mazzara and Miss Jenn. It lit up the whole theater.
Oh, it lit up the whole theater. Was
the
it
whole
just
theater.
There
were so many sparks in there. It was like boom, boom. Yeah, the whole theater
went down. They were both
asleep,
and the sparks just happened to fly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there was a lot of sparks flying, but we see that there's a great friendship that I did not see coming out of love is EJ and Carlos. I kind of want to talk about a little bit of that and what they were going through. Ricky and Nene, they're kind of connecting again, talking about the history that they had. I didn't realize that it went back that far. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see.
They are acting legit their characters, basically, it seems.
And we got Kourtney destroying the stage, shutting it down. We got Miss Jenn having a daydream with Lucas Gabreel. We got an OG cast member coming back. That was nice. There's so much to talk about. Let's just jump in. What do you think about this episode?
Overall, this episode was amazing. Of course, because I love Lucas as a person. I think he's amazing, and he's just so genuine about life. That's what I love about him. In this episode, I love the song because it's so funny. You keep referencing Wicked and like all my favorite musical theater, and I am living for this moment because sometimes in life you have to just figure out what your role of it is, and then just go for it, no matter like what you're dealing with. Go towards it instead of trying to run away or let your fear like ruin everything for you. Yeah. So I think as a whole of what the episode's supposed to be about, I love that.
I thought it was really cool, and I loved how they kind of used Miss Jenn as the one that was the insecure one, because like everybody in the theater, they look up to her. She's like the rock for everybody because she's a teacher. It was kind of cool to like even people's rock have insecurities, and we see that and we see it exposed, and it makes her normal just like everybody else, and we see Lucas in there. So that was cool to see. And yeah, this episode as a whole was great. I thought it was so fun. I thought it was fresh. It was great to have Lucas back. But I kind of want to talk about EJ and Carlos real quick about how what I put down was the friendship that I never knew we needed because because we see EJ talking to Carlos about holding the notes or whatever, the theater notes, and we know EJ guy can never do anything right. He always gets himself in the wrong situations. Were you surprised about him taking the notes and seeing what's happened?
No, like not at all. Like, once you tell EJ something, you're just like, okay, so sorry. Instead of choosing the right way, you just choose the the wobbly road on the left. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
It's like, oh, so you see the right way. Anything else, just any
right, like there
anything
could be a road that was like red and said this is the right way.
Yep.
He would take every single last road that was not the red one.
But what road did you think he took when he was doing that emotional performance with Carlos?
I actually liked it, funny enough. Like the first part when I saw, I was like, okay, so you can show emotion. Cool. That was actually, for some reason, it looked real in the sense where it was just like, dang, okay, I can actually see you betraying for a second. However, then it just like the crying and just like, why do you take things too far? Like that, I think that's like my question for EJ.
For everything I told you, just why? Like, and the funny thing is, I think I saw the stills before I saw the episode on Twitter or like online or whatever, and I saw Carlos's reaction, just like, and then for the people in the man, it's like, what? That's me saying, why? Why did you choose to pick me? Why are you touching my face? Why are you crying right now? Dog, this is tech rehearsal.
This is High School Musical. Nobody cried. High School Musical, maybe.
Carlos got his whole script right here, reading word for word, and you're over here just like crying your eyes out, touching them and stuff. I'm like, dog. I thought that was so funny.
Right, this is like Carlos is reading as if you're in an audition. Like seriously, like that legit is how an audition really is. Sometimes the reader is giving you nothing. So you have to basically in a way do what I think that maybe could be the symmetry of it all. EJ is doing what you would normally do if you're actually doing an audition with a reader who's giving you nothing. So you have to go a little bit even further because you're trying to get a reaction when you're not getting anything. Like you're facing a wall, but you're trying to get the wall to be like
smile
flowers
or something.
and rainbows and unicorns, and I think that could be the symmetry of the entire scene because it makes so much sense. But EJ, why?
Yeah, just why. And throughout the episode, you see them kind of talk again, talking about how he got the notes, why he shouldn't have taken the notes, and then he brings it back like, oh, he apologizes to Carlos, and they kind of apologize to themselves. That's when I thought it was like the friendship building because they kind of see eye to eye because you usually don't. Those are like two different what would you call them? Groups. Yeah,
stereotypes.
Stereotypes or groups you would see in high school, and especially with this show being based on high school, you're kind of surprised to see those two groups. So I was happy to see that, and I hope there is a budding friendship between those two guys. So next we got Ricky and Nene. They're both going through their own type of situations in this tech rehearsal. Nene is going through her own stuff, like she's ready for it, but then somewhat is not. And then also we got Ricky just going through a lot. How'd you feel about Ricky? Do you think that Ricky has feelings with Gina? I kind of threw that in there because Gina is around because you see her like texting a lot. You see him
texting her.
Yeah, you see him texting her a lot.
I don't think it's like romantic. I think he's concerned as a friend.
Gotcha.
That's where like I stay.
Yeah. Because I only asked that because when they go off and it's just their two scenes, and I'm talking about Ricky and Nene, you see him texting her a little bit and kind of being distracted. So yeah, that's why I wanted to preface that question. But no, I totally understand. That's kind of where I feel it as well. It's kind of just kind of looking out for a friend, wondering if you're still all right and everything. Were you surprised that they got to almost kissing this?
Oh, I was
in this
so
episode. How did you feel? Because this is your ship. So. That almost started again.
I was like, Big Ray, you couldn't just send a text. You ain't but like couple floors away. You could have just texted me, okay, sir? Yeah. Look, that in my mind, that's what I was thinking. However, I can see why it's not so good for them to be in a relationship yet. But I do like that, like we got, information about how they were in kindergarten together, actually, how her actual name is Nina, and he couldn't say it as a kid, so that's why her name is everybody calls her Nene. Like that was really cool information, and his actual name was Richard. And I love she's like, nobody under 50 should be named Richard, okay?
And she just changed his name, and that's why everybody is, like you said, it's cool to see that everybody's using their nicknames that they created for each other, and they're 15 years older
15,
now.
16, I think.
Well, yeah, 15 or 16 now, so that's cool. Jumping that there was so much to talk about with them, but she also lets Ricky know. Nene lets Ricky know that she apply for the she wanted to apply for the art.
I don't think she applied
performance
yet.
school. And what'd you think about that? Because I don't like this situation.
Why?
No, I want to hear your. I'm gonna just preface it at that, and then I want to hear your opinion about the whole school, not about like her telling Ricky.
I think she should do it more for college, more than just switching schools before your senior year to go into this, because you'll be almost in a way like Gina. Mm-hmm. You'll be trying to prove yourself on your last year for no reason.
Yeah. If
you're gonna do it, go do it in college when you're a freshman, so you can work your way up the way you're supposed to. Like, I love the ambition, and I think it could be great for her because I think she would really thrive there. Mm-hmm. But I think thrive where you at. If you like, don't choose another shore just yet, sweetie. Just stay on the shore you're on, because there's still a lot to fight right here. There's still a lot more gold that won't disappoint you if you stay.
The thing that bothered me about this whole situation was she wasn't running towards anything. This whole time,
it was running away.
It was running away. And she tried to use this is me finding myself, this is me being my new me and everything. No. Being your new you could do that wherever. You're running away. You're trying to avoid situations or people. You're not being the new you. You're being the same person, just avoiding the situations. So I was not here for it. I am not here for it. And I want to hear your opinions on how do you think Ricky took it, and Kourtney, how do you think they took it?
I mean, Ricky was happy for her until he found out it was going to be in Denver. He's like, dang, why everybody trying to leave me?
I know.
I think that was his inner monologue, though.
I know, because it's like, oh, so you, Gina, my mom.
And my mom got a new man.
I know.
That I ain't met yet, named Todd.
I'm glad you even knew his name. I just said homeboy that my mom's dating, because he ain't getting the name. He ain't getting the name.
Maybe my mind is like, first of all, how long have you guys been together, Todd?
To answer the phone.
Is she in the shower? What are you doing with my mama?
I'm fighting somebody. We're jumping around a little bit too on this one, but the fact that he asked Gina, should I text my mom? There's some bleep, bleep, bleep. No. Some man's going to answer the phone while you in the shower. Kick rocks.
Oh my God. No,
I'm fighting that man who answered the phone.
I'm on Nene's side when she'll just talk to your mom. Like, actually talk to her, because you're still angry and you're dealing with some anger that you're. Granted, I kind of deserve a little bit of it, but not all of it.
Oh, without a doubt. And she's getting the full force right now because I'm hot.
Reason.
Because homeboy from the corner over here answering the phone
from
while you
in
the. I said corner.
Oh.
From the corner over here answering all the phone and stuff. But that is what it is. Hopefully we'll meet homeboy soon and see if he died.
You're not gonna call him his name.
I'm not going to. He's homeboy right now or whatever. But no, we were talking about Kourtney a little bit, and we see her not only dealing with Gina, but Nene. She kind of finds her own voice, which we already knew she had. We've seen her sing in other episodes, but she kind of takes center stage in this sense, and everybody takes notice. What do you think about that?
I loved it. First of all, the quote, "This voice is for church."
That was beautiful. That was great.
That's legit. Every black person who ever goes to church to sing specifically for church, that's what legit almost reminded me of Sister Act 2 in that sense, because she was like, baby, this is for church. Like, this is all I do. I sing for the Lord.
Yep.
But when you see her singing on stage, just like, baby, you at home here. Like, something's happening and changing when I'm singing with you right now.
I was like, the Lord wants you to sing for everybody.
Right. Like, he wants your voice to go far and wide. Let everybody hear you today. Like, she is saying so beautifully. What I love though was Seb coming over to her, he's like, not to say you don't deserve to like be like just be that person, but you really make me look beautiful. Like, you make everyone look beautiful, but you make me feel like who I want to be when I get out of this high school, basically, in a sense. Not
to like drag too much on that, I didn't like the approach of what he said.
Okay.
Because he was like, you're not gonna like leave and sing, right? But she's good and she wants to sing. Don't like tell her to not do something just because she's good at one thing. You know what I'm saying?
I think he tried to correct himself.
Yeah, he kind of corrected himself. I was like, she kind of like, no, Sebby, I'm going to do it all. I'm a boss. Like, what you know?
She's like, I know that too.
She's like, thank you. I know, Sebby. What you mean? No, so I loved her response, but just the approach I didn't like on that. I knew he didn't mean it out of anything like malicious, because he wanted to find himself and not find himself, but he loved the makeup that she was doing for him.
Yeah.
And he wants that as well. but she's more than just a makeup. So it was cool to see. But yeah, we kind of talked at the jump about Lucas being back, and we kind of see the dream sequence. Just what do you think about that song and having him back? And do you think there's gonna be more cameos in this season or just next season? Because we do have a season 2 guaranteed.
I'm hoping season 2 we definitely get some more cameos. Like, I definitely need some Corbin. Like, actually not interviewing them this time, but actually being in an episode. I need to see at least Vanessa, because I just love Vanessa.
Yep.
I need to see, definitely Ashley needs to have a Sharpay moment just because we need it in our lives.
Yeah.
I thought the Role of Lifetime is an amazingly great lyric. Lyrically, it's just so funny, but it also makes you think. Like, you listen to it, you're just like, but this is a good song. But then you're like, okay, let me take a second and listen to the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm here for that. Okay. And just like, in a way, finding yourself in the song. I think that's what the meaning for it behind it, at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
My meaning that I took away from it was that what you're doing is amazing. Like, you're actually doing something greater than you would have thought. Like, you can still act, you can do what you want, but so many people still act and still direct and still pave the way for others.
Yeah. That's what I took away. I was like, you could still make a difference without being center stage. You can make a difference by teaching and having these kids grow and being the best they can be, and they're just examples of your work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought it was cool, and it was great to see. It's great to have them back. But, yeah, so next we have our special segment, the one that we always dance to, the Wildcat Corner. So let's get into that one. So for the Wildcat Corner, you want to throw it off and just break it down? Uh-oh, here it is. We're going to start dancing real quick. There's a dance break.
I can't. I don't know why he does that every time, though. It makes no sense in life.
Hey, all I'm saying is you're like in the car dancing right here. I'm sat down right here. You only got so much movement, but I'm over here dancing. So tell me who your Wildcat Corner is.
Well, okay, so for today's Wildcat Corner, if you're just joining us and you don't know how it works, we're going to give you our MVP of the episode. And since we have 2, we're going to give you our MVP for episode 7 and episode 8. So, Jeff, who is your MVP for episode 7 and then episode 8?
My episode 7 MVP gotta go to my boy, Big Red. You already know. He's the smoothest in the game. In this episode specifically, he finally speaks up to Ashlynn, kind of flirts with her a little bit in his own way, and I just love the interaction. Not only is he always a great friend to Ricky, but he's also a good friend to Ashlynn. He kind of shows her that you don't need a extra spotlight. You don't need anybody to help you. You are your own spotlight, and if anything, we should put a bigger spotlight on you. So I love those lines, and I love the little interaction between them. For episode 8, though, Kourtney, I loved how she stepped in the limelight. She was ready for it, center stage, and it looks great on you, sis. Go. Keep doing it. So those are my 2 MVPs for this one. What about you?
My MVP for 7 is Ashlynn, because in a way she reminds me of when I was in high school trying to figure out where, do I have a spotlight or should I just, fade to the background? But actually having someone tell me those things, and I'm actually starting to believe in my own worth. It was just a moment. I just appreciated it for what it was. It was just a true, honest moment in the scene, and I loved it. Episode 8. So many good ones. I legit want to say Lucas. Yeah. He's my MVP for this one because he's an OG cast member. And come on, especially when you have a lyric just saying, and I played Ryan. You have to give it up to the man. Yes, you played Ryan. So no one will ever forget what you played ever in history.
Nah, he's a man. It was great having him back. It was great having these 2 episodes to have over the winter break. And we just had to break both of them down. So we want to thank you guys for joining us, because that is going to do it for these 2 episodes. We will be back on Tuesday at our original time talking episode 9. Can't wait to see what's going on in the first half of the finale. Pretty much, I've been told this is a 2-part finale.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see how the show goes and where it will be held. But until then, guys, where can they find you, Shay?
You guys can find me at Real Shay Jones on Twitter and Instagram, Disney News Weekly on Popcorn Talk, and I have my Disney Christmas show on the AfterBuzz TV Christmas channel.
Yeah, and you guys can follow me here. We're talking everything High School Musical and The Flash every Tuesdays. And if you can't find me there, just follow me at Jeff Will Jr. on all your social media platforms. That'll do it for us today. You guys have a great one.
Bye,
Peace.
guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.